been a faculty member of George Mason University for close to over a decade. What changes have you seen or participated since you've been at the university?
Well, I've chaired some committees. When I arrived at George Mason, the college was under accusation for racial discrimination. And the first year here, there was a select faculty committee that did an investigation of those charges and came out with some recommendations. The next year, I was placed on that committee, and eventually I chaired it. It became known as the Council on Minority Relations. And that served for several years and became the impetus for the university turning some attention toward the minority community, its service to the minority community, both in terms of recruiting and retaining students and counseling students, and also its relationships with the black community.
Did you become part of the affirmative action program that they may have had at George Mason?
Well, I participated. In 1974, I was appointed as special assistant to the president for minority affairs and headed up what we call the Minority Affairs Program, which was a proposal which I had written and which was accepted. And other persons on the staff became integral parts of that program. So I served for 2 years in that capacity. I also, one part of my job description in that job was to assist in affirmative action. There was an affirmative action officer appointed about the same time that I took my position. And we did work together because I felt it was essential for us to be helping and assisting, particularly in terms of faculty recruitment. And this is an area in which George Mason hasn't done very well. Recruiting faculty and finding the people, because often the answer for people who have not done well in affirmative action is that we can't find the people. We'd like to hire some black people or minority candidates. We can't find them. So we made it one of our objectives to help people find qualified people. I also served on the drafting committee, on the committee for drawing up an affirmative action plan. I think I worked on 3 or 4 affirmative action plans during my stay here. We do one and then we find we need to do another one. So that went on for some years. And then after the plan was completed and instituted, I served on the affirmative action committee that monitored and helped to bring the plan into force.